Welcome, this video is of Monmouth Beach, west of Lyme, Regis. Here there is a large limestone pavement covered with wonderfully detailed ammonites. This is called the Ammonite Graveyard. Later in the video you will actually see why I started here with the filming. I'm actually trekking today to a rock that aroused curiosity as far back as 1823, a marvellous sight to see. So follow me. Well, you can use this pay and display car park at Hornbush and walk down to the end of the car park to access the route toward this curious rock. Well, it's a beautiful sunny spring day, and what more could you want for this mission? You can see some lovely flowers along the way. My purpose today is to seek a rock mentioned in the guidebooks for 2 centuries. It's west of Lyme Regis. Here is a signpost for Ware Cliffs, an area preserved by the National Trust. And you can see the paths, really distinct paths, so stick to the paths as you walk along. There's a robin. I'm going to head through that gate, and then when I get to the other side of that gate, I shall pan around and I shall show you that there is one path that splits off down the hill and that heads down some steps towards Cabana Car Park and Monmouth Beach Car Park, and then you can go along from those car parks and access the Ammonite Pavement. If you head out at low tide along the Jurassic coast to the west, you'll see the Ammonite Pavement. I'm following this level path along though towards, I'm going to see a really nice rock, and follow me as I go through towards this big geological feature that you'll be amazed by. I've got 3 points of contact here, my feet and a stick, and that will help me get up this path now. You can see the larger path there that you can take, but I'm just going off on this side path because there's a lovely bench up ahead here. On such a beautiful blue sky day, I'll be able to look from the bench down towards the historic Cobb and then out towards Lyme Bay, and you can see down here in the distance, you can see that lovely huge golden cap, that peaked cap in the distance, the highest point on the south coast. Follow me along this little path and I'll join the main path again shortly. This path will become incredibly overgrown as the spring rolls on, and you won't be able to access this little path so well for all the weeds and foliage growing up. I'm now heading down towards another gate before heading up to the crow's nest. Well, look at that gorgeous gunnera, a really beautiful plant. I've always loved that plant in the UK. It's a lovely thing to see. And here, as I walk through towards the path that will take me up to the area that I want to see with this special rock, you can see down here in the distance, in the field, a couple of big rocks someone's put up and stood up as I walk past. So follow me now, and I'm going to show you a lovely pond with some beautiful water and scenic area. As I go up through to the right, I'm heading along a permissive path, and that will take me up to where I want to get to. Well, here is a really beautiful pond that you can see, and by the pond there is a lovely seat to sit at and contemplate, but I'm heading up the path. I'm still heading on, and I've got a lot of steps to go before I reach my destination, and a really fantastic place to show you when I get there with the camera. Well, look at this tree here in the distance. Look at those branches. Those are really interesting looking, and that's always a really interesting sight to see as I head along this path. Well, look out on the paths themselves for these roots of trees. They can trip you up. And look at this little bridge here. There's a hole in it, so avoid putting your foot through that. But I'm on the trail upwards now. Follow me steeply upwards along to the geological feature that I'm about to show you. The steps aren't easy to climb, but I'm eager to see the rock, a veritable rock of ages. This is known as Chimney Rock. It's been eroded by centuries of time, with frost-shattered chert rocks on its outer edges. I've captured Chimney Rock here in the spring, and you can see earlier at the very start of springtime, you can see what it looked like then. Look at those lovely chert rocks. The chert rocks are made of sponge spicules, and they're very hard as well. That's a very hard rock. But you can see, if you look very carefully, the frost has got into them and shattered a lot of them. And look down there to the sea, you can see the beautiful Lyme Bay in the distance. And I'll go right up to this rock and show you it. You're a bit near a precipice by standing at the rock, but you must be careful and keep to the path. I'm not a rock hugger or a tree hugger, but I love to come to these sort of sites and see them and stand by them and witness the beautiful surroundings. It really makes my day, that kind of thing. I'm heading up some more flights of steps towards a stile. I'm going to hop over the stile and into a field and along the designated path there and read the signs as you go. Well, I'm taking you back along the paths on a kind of round trip to where I started almost, and I shall show you some of the features here as I walk along through towards Lyme Regis. Well, as I head down here along this very narrow lane, watch out for traffic, especially fast-going delivery drivers. And you can see here, this is another little pathway and then a small lane down towards the crow nest again, a little round trip I'm doing. But see here up ahead, they've been having quite a bit of trouble with people trying to access the Ammonite Pavement through from this direction. They've been taken along the road wrongly, and see as I go down towards the crow nest, I'm going to turn left, and there is no access up here at all to the Ammonite Pavement. As I showed you earlier in the video, that's the way down. It's all downhill to the Ammonite Pavement, and you can go through from Monmouth Beach car park and Cabana car park, where you can park down at the historic cob and walk along at low tide, like I've said, to the Ammonite Pavement. Avoid the dangerous cliffs. They're liable to fall suddenly and without warning. So you can see I'm on the bigger path now. I'm escaping that small path I took earlier. I'm taking the big path down to some lovely views of the sea from the area that is known as Ware Cliff. And then I'm going back towards the car park, but I'm going to take you from here very shortly down to Cogden Beach. It was so nice to see that really amazing area called Chimney Rock, but I'm going to show you what happens to such a big rock as it comes down onto the shoreline, smashing up into pieces. The small bits get eroded and eroded and eroded until they're pea grit size, which we'll see down at Cogden Beach. And I'll take you to that beach now to have a look at the National Trust path down to this beautiful area of Chesil Beach. The bird song down here is absolutely fantastic. The skylarks are all up in the air singing, and I love Chesil Beach. It's a real favourite part of the Jurassic Coast for me. So follow me. When you're going out and about in the great outdoors, beware of the dangers. There's a big bull in the field over there. I'm using those stepping stones there to get across that green muddy grass. And here's a safety notice board to be aware of. You must read all the safety notice boards. They're very applicable along Chesil Beach. So there is Chesil Beach, a stunning natural wonder. Chesil Beach is a natural wonder that took a considerable time to come into being. It's illegal to remove the pebbles from the beach. You have pea-sized pebbles around Cogden of flint, chert, chalcedony and quartz. Down near Portland, they are potato-sized pebbles. So if you think back along to when I went to Chimney Rock and that big area of chert rock, one day it will smash down onto the beach and break up, and then the sea will erode it. The attrition of the sand and sea will erode all the bits of the rock, and then they will look like this, just what is in my handful here, all those little pebbles. And that, geologically speaking, is going to happen very soon. It's amazing that Chimney Rock in particular has lasted so long. It survived a lot of area where it has moved down out to sea, especially along the undercliff where there's been huge landslides. Chimney Rock is a real survivor, but one day that's what it will end up like, all these little pebbles. It's always fun to see the pebbles, leave them all there for everyone else to see, and it is a beautiful natural wonder for everyone to come and see at the Jurassic Coast. Thanks very much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button and leave some comments if you like this video.